Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's now been over a week since we got our story trailer for The Last of Us Part 2, and I'm sorry about the lack of uploads, but I wanted to get some more information out as we get closer and closer to release. And right now we are 35 days away at the time of this video being uploaded from The Last of Us Part 2. Yes, June 19th. It is quickly approaching, and we're going to find out how this story goes, because like I said, man, it's been a crazy couple weeks, especially with the entire leak situation. In today's video, I will be covering the news that The Last of Us Part 2 is getting inside The Last of Us Part 2 video series with a video covering aspects of the game every week. So this week, they ended up covering up the stories, so we've got new story details we're going to discuss. Also, we're going to discuss the statement from Neil Druckmann. It kind of connects with all the drama and everything that's been going on. He stated the game will be divisive, and it's going to be more divisive than the first game. And we're going to go into all his statements and everything in this very shortly. But ladies and gentlemen, if you do enjoy this video, before we start, drop a like and subscribe. We've gotten that subscribe percentage up to 33% of people that watch these videos are now subscribed. So if you'd like to join that 33% of those subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions about everything going on, check them out down below. If you want to avoid the leaks, though, don't read the comments. All right, everyone, enjoy the video. So as I showed in the beginning of the video, introducing our new Inside The Last of Us Part 2 video series. Today and over the next few weeks, we'll be releasing new episodes that take a closer look at the game, from the gameplay to the setting. First up, we're talking about the story. So the story was today, May 13th. The gameplay, we'll be covering the gameplay stuff on the channel next week. That's May 20th. May 27th will be the details, and June 3rd will be the world. So every week for the next 3 weeks, there'll be a new video. So great news there. Before we go in the video, they made a little statement. The Last of Us Part 2 is by far the largest and most ambitious game we've ever made, and there will be so much for you to dig into when it arrives on June 19th. Leading up to launch, we'll be releasing a brand new series of videos breaking down key aspects of the game. Each video will feature interviews with members of the team as we discuss design, technology, ideas that have shaped development for the last 6 years, and a glimpse into Ellie and Joel's life in Jackson, how we're broadening the world and the cast of characters. So let's get straight into everything that we're going to discuss here.
For The Last of Us Part 2, we're hoping to create a story that makes a commentary about the cycle of violence and how acts can beget other acts, and show all the different aspects that can come out of it. Not necessarily good or bad, just the different consequences of one's actions.
Why make a sequel to The Last of Us? I didn't even hear the full pitch of the game, but just like the outline of what Neil was wanting to do with this game, I realized, oh, this is something we have to make. This, this isn't even an option. There's absolutely more to do here.
There's always the fear that, when you made something great and you're gonna go back to it, you're gonna mess it up. You're gonna mess what made it so special. The test for us was like, can we come up with a story that could, one, stand on its own and be meaningful and have weight? The same kind of feeling we had when we came upon the story for the first one. But also now, because it's Part 2, it has to be additive. It has to take the first one into consideration, that if you played both, then you get like a bigger narrative.
The thing that Neil really cared about, that the studio really cared about, is honoring Ellie and Joel specifically, and their journey as characters. What is the honest next steps that they would take? What are the truest moves that we could see them do?
The Last of Us 2 expands on the first game, both in the relationship between Ellie and Joel, the relationships that we see Ellie having, and just the greater world that we're in, and we see more.
At the start of the game, Ellie is 19. She is living in a safe, secure community.
We're coming in, 25 years after the outbreak. And you, as Ellie, live in Jackson, which is this kind of somewhat tranquil town in this really messed up reality.
She has real community now. She has people who love and care for her, willing to sacrifice for her. Joel is also very settled down.
He's now part of a town. He's no longer a smuggler. Actually, the town relies on this guy that is a very capable killer, and that's something these towns and this world need. And then Jackson and Ellie are shaken by a violent event. It really changes Ellie's day-to-day life, and now just living is no longer enough. Like, there's these people that have wronged her, and she wants retribution. And you as a player are gonna want retribution for what these people have done. And then you go off on this journey that leads you to Seattle, where now you're like stuck in the city that has these warring factions, and they're both fighting over the spoils of Seattle, and you're stuck there in the middle looking for this very specific group that has wronged you. We've had a lot of like philosophical arguments about some of the events and what happens in the game, and I think in this one might be more divisive than the first game in a very kind of exciting way that I think it raises those interesting philosophical questions and asks the players to interpret some of the material that's there and see where they stand on those questions.
So I cut out some of the little stuff, but those are basically the main points of the video, and there's a lot to discuss there. Now, basically with the story, that at the beginning of the story, it's confirmed Ellie is 19 years old, she's at Jackson, it's all peaceful. Joel, by the looks of it, what was said there, is a killer. I don't know if he's like a bounty hunter or something, but that kind of gave me that idea through that. And this violent event that we're going to find out in less than a month what it is, sets Ellie off on this revenge. And we've, again, note based on one thing, she's, silly Neil said there, one group that Ellie is going after, and that could that be the Seraphites, WLF? Who is that group that ticks Ellie off to that extent? And then it leads her to Seattle, where, as they said, a lot of twists and turns will happen in the story. Now, what makes me really nervous, all the drama and all the, you know, anger that's already arises from these leaks, he stated this following statement, which again, just raises my concern. There's always the fear that when you make something great, you're going to go back to it. You're going to mess it up. You're going to mess up what made it so special. The test for us was, can we come up with a story that can, one, stand on its own and be meaningful and have weight, the same kind of feeling we had with the first one. And based on all the leak stuff that is out right now, again, I've avoided the leaks and I'm just trying to stay as blind as I can, but based on what people have said, I don't know. I really hope when I play this game, it's not as bad as people are saying it is. I'm going with an open mindset, but I am very nervous. No questions asked that. Yeah, I love the first game, but man, I really hope this game doesn't flop. Now, in the studio, they've had a lot of philosophical arguments about some of the events and what happens in the game. So they've already been debating with each other, which even raises my concern. And I'm thinking this one might be more divisive than the first game. And that is, like I said, the title, the thumbnail. This game is going to be, again, Troy Baker had said it before, this game is going to be very divisive. Now even Neil Druckmann said it's divisive. And you already could tell with all the division and anger and all the ratings getting disabled, the hate comments. Yes, this is going to be a very divisive game. And I think it raises interesting philosophical questions and asks the player to interpret some of the material that's there and see where they stand. And man, I'm worried. To me, it seems, with this comment and everything that's going on right now, the first game, universally praised. No questions asked, one of the greatest games ever made. And the sequel, probably this game is not going to be like that. And a lot of people might love it, but a lot of people, based on what I've seen, are going to hate it. And hopefully, when the game comes out, I will pick one side. Right now, I'm on, like I said, I'm in the middle. I don't have any opinion on the game yet, other than I'm excited to see it release and see what's in the story and stuff. But I'm going to lay out my review of the game once I play it in its entirety. And once we play it, I think I should make a video. I'll probably make a video discussing everything that's going to happen. But this starts to really bring in a lot of intrigue, guys. I'm very nervous, and I've said this like 50 times already in this video. I hope I like it. Now, to end off the video, Hallie Gross had stated in that video that it was important to the team to honor Ellie and Joel within the game's story. But with the game, it's going to be stated on the premise of violence, the cycle of violence with the story, and the twists and turns. I hope by the end of the story that we got something that was conclusive, well written, not as divisive hopefully as stated here, and something that we all enjoyed like the first game. I don't think that's going to happen, but keep an open mindset. We'll see what happens when the game releases on June 19th. But everybody, lots of thoughts there. If you could do me a favor though, down below in the comments, again, leave me something down below what you like. Again, if you'd like to avoid the spoilers and leaks though, please don't read the comments though. You can leave a comment, but just don't read them. And as always, guys, if you did enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. I'm trying to stay as blind as I can in our final 30-something day stretch before release. But I want to thank y'all so much for watching, Have a great day.